Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the president. Um, I think he does a great job. Mm, He says some stuff he probably shouldn't, but that's one of the things we like about him is that he's straightforward. Um, but one thing that bothers me very much is that one thing that Trump has done is he has done well, and he has done well carrying all of the Democrats on his back because they have all every time he's been president, the 4 years that he wasn't president, the only thing they tried to do was put him in jail so he couldn't become president again. So that kind of makes you wonder why? Why? Why do they hate the man so much? I mean, it's almost personal. Everything he does, they automatically say it's wrong. Then they look into it and find something that's wrong with it, even if it's the most minute thing. And then they try and make it sound like it's the worst thing a person could ever do. They've called him a racist several times, countless times. They they do nothing but try and hold him back. So, I mean, think about all that they did to him in his first term. You know, the good thing about the first term was is that I think he kind of learned something. He learned a little bit. He went on. He did his thing for 4 years. Then he came back and he used what he learned his first presidency to take care of business second presidency. And I think he's doing a good job. I mean, there's things that could be better. We're in a couple of hairy spots. I'm not real sure how he's going to handle the Iran thing, but for the most part, in 1 year, Donald Trump has done more than Joe Biden did in four. He's probably been awake more than Joe was in four. I heard he doesn't sleep a lot. The president, Joe sleeps a lot. So, you know, they are always looking at Trump, looking at what he's doing, saying, "Hey, why are you doing this? What are you doing? Oh, that's illegal. Oh, this is we're going to find a law from the Civil War and see if we can't get it to use it against you." Um, but the whole time Biden was in office, and now it's being proven that he was not capable. We were lied to as a nation. We were lied to. They told us things that were not true, not even a little bit. But they did not. I mean, we wouldn't have went through what we went through the 4 years if somebody was over Biden's shoulder. But the Republicans aren't like that. When we lose, we don't throw fits. We regroup. We try and figure it out, and we move on. We figure out what the people want, and we try to give it to them. But the Democrats throw fits. I mean, heck, I think Hillary's still saying that she won that election, and that was over almost 10 years ago. Over, oh, exactly 10 years ago. So if they would have done that to Biden, we wouldn't have had all the crap that we have now. And then they want to try and blame that on him. I mean, literally, they came out like day one and said, "Well, why hasn't the price of eggs went down?" I mean, he's only been in office 24 hours. That's what they do. Is they dug a hole and now they're going to blame Trump because he didn't climb out of it fast enough. So, um, another way that they held him back is injunctions, nationwide injunctions. Thank God those are gone. They can't do those anymore. One judge in Oregon can't decide what goes on in the rest of the country. Supreme Court's already decided that. So we don't have those to worry about anymore. But my point is that think about what our president could have done if he had his time to where he could focus on doing his job instead of focusing on everything that he has to focus on while these people do nothing but give him grief. day in and day out. Grief. Every day. Grief. So, um, what are they doing? Why don't they like Trump? I mean, I get it why they don't like him. He's not a politician. I mean, the only reason he ran for president was so that he could change things. He didn't need to. Man's got plenty of money, so he didn't need to run for president. I don't even think he takes pay. I think he donates his pay. So that's why they don't like him. Is because if you're not a politician, you might not be down for some of the things they got going on. I mean, we're finding them out now. I mean, look at Minnesota. I heard, I saw somewhere today, and I don't know, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I don't know much about it. But they got college scholarship, like grants, fraud, like giving grants to people that don't even exist. Now I don't know anything more than that. And now I do know that they were grants that were or loans that were for college in Minnesota that were given for college that people don't exist. So I mean, California's got all kinds of problems. I mean, they got a rail train that I think is like $10 million in the hole, and they haven't even laid one track. Not one track. It's crazy. They paid all that money, and oh boy, Gavin Newsom, he don't even seem like he worried about it. He act like he ain't gonna get in no trouble at all. It's okay. I can take your money. You don't mind. Um, then the border and everything that came with it. He left it open. Let all these people in. Then we shut the door, and the Democrats are like, "Oh, they shut the door. Now everybody get to be a citizen." No, no, and that's why the Save Act should go through now more than ever. We need to make sure if you're voting in our elections that you are a citizen, because every non-citizen that votes cancels out a citizen's vote. Doesn't matter who they vote for, it cancels out someone's vote. Save acting. Our power is in our representatives. We have to call your representative, let them know how you feel about the Save Act. I won't tell you how you feel. Only thing I will say is that they let in an awful lot of people that don't belong here and don't have the right to vote. So we should not let them vote. So you got to, our representatives are the only way we can stop anything. Anytime you don't like something, bug them. Now, I wouldn't call them if the neighbor's dog's too loud because that's not something they really handle. But, I mean, if you hear something on the news and it's a political thing, then you don't like it, call your representative. Let him know how you feel. That is your job. As an American, there's people that have died. Give you the right to pick up your phone or get on your computer or even get on your phone and send an email to your representative and tell them how you feel. And then if they do not follow the majority, if they do what they want instead of what you want, then you get them out. That's the glory. It's the glory of it all. The little man does make a difference. But just like any little man, you need more than one. Well, I don't want to say that. That might not be proper. I don't mean bad way. I'm just saying that if you have something that's little to get it to be big, you need more than one of it, is all I was getting at. So we got to make it stop. We got to figure out what it is. And it seems like Trump just got in, but really, he's only got 2 more years. And then if we don't have a Republican and a Republican House and Senate, things could get ugly again. They'll still have Trump syndrome. We're going to need that to burn off. And I don't even understand that. One man, one man has done this much to a political system. He has even got a mental illness named after him. It's crazy. I mean, and he's not even that bad of a person. I mean, they flipped out about the Epstein files, and then what they find out? Oh yeah, Trump's the one that called the cops. He's the one that said, yeah, Epstein's kind of a scumbag, and you ought to check out his chick. I don't know how to say her name, Goldstein or whatever. She's the one that's bringing him for him, and that's what they've been yelling about for the last 6 months. You really thought they were gonna have pictures of Trump in some kind of pool with some 13-year-old, but it wasn't there. No, what they found out was that Trump is a decent person, and as soon as he found out that crap was going on, he not only told Epstein what he thought about it, and I think he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago, but he called the police, and then he told them about old girl. So all that to find out he's a good person. So anytime you want to change anything, you got to get a hold of the representatives according to the election. Now, this is the great thing: is that you know when you have a presidential election like we had, it was not a close one. They pretty much know how America feels. There is a majority of Americans that support Trump. That's in the national in the vote, the count of each person's vote. That's not an electoral college thing. So we're in the majority. We got to stop letting the minority run things. We just can't have. I mean, Minnesota is the perfect example. If the police had stepped in when they first, when all those people started showing their ass the first time, and just made sure they were doing it legally. I mean, I'm not even saying step in and stop the protest because they shouldn't stop a protest. If it's a legal protest, let it run on. But just to been there for when it got to where it wasn't because it wasn't. I mean, and the crazy thing is they say they wanted body cams. So they put on body cams, and the only reason you haven't seen the Democrats flashing body cams left and right showing about how the ICE are evil people is because they're not out there. These guys weren't doing anything. They had people spitting on them, kicking them, calling them rude names. I mean, heck, turn it on. You know how to find it. You can watch a video and see it. It's ridiculous. And that's the minority doing that. That's the minority. That's not a majority of people. That's not how America feels, at least according to the last vote. The last presidential election, we elected Donald Trump in on one of his main running points. Main running points. Immigration. Closing the border and getting out all of the people that shouldn't be in here. Now they're starting out with the criminals, but I heard them. They said that if you're here illegally, it's probably best not to be because you get caught. Now they're not out looking for you. I mean, they're not. ICE isn't going to knock on your door if you haven't done anything really, really wrong. If you haven't broke any laws, you're safe till they find out. They may not knock on your door or come to your work, but you get pulled over and it could be a different story. And if you do it now, you come back on your own. You can come back, do it legal like. I mean, if you've got family here and stuff, I mean, I'm sure that they take that into consideration. We're not trying to be assholes, but our immigration was changed because a man decided that it was okay to leave the door open for 4 years. Now we just can't. It just can't work out like this. There's too many people relying on our government to survive, and not enough people putting into our government to keep it alive. We can't have that many people living off of our social services. And if you can't see that, if you want to call me a racist, okay. I know I'm not. That's all that matters to me, anyway. I just, there's, it's not a racist thing. Because I don't care what country you're from. If you're not here legally, you should probably go home. Russia, China. There's a lot of China guys here that I'm talking to. Or I'm probably not talking to. I doubt they're listening to this. But anyway, so the main thing is that we voted Trump in, and it's make America great, put America first. Well, if we want America to be first in everything, then we all, as a country, we have to put America first ourselves, which means we have to stop looking at things as a race and start looking at things as a country. Just because we want to get some people out of the country does not mean that we do not like their race. It is not a race thing. It's not even a personal thing. It's a financial thing. It's a social thing. Our social services cannot handle it. You think Medicare's you think it's expensive to go to the hospital now? We get about 3, 4, 5 years where millions of people are getting free health care because they don't have any health care. Well, we'll put it this way: millions more people getting that help. It is a burden. And the glory of our country is we can change things. The bad thing about our country is we got to pay for the shit. That's our money. And that's why voting is voting is it's the number one right. It's your number one right because without that right, you don't have any others, or you can't keep them. Our vote is basically our say. You know, they can't have us all in one room and everybody go aye. That's what our vote is. We get to put our input in every time there's an election. Not to mention, like I said, email, call representatives. We live in the greatest country in the world. And if you really study it, you realize that we can change it. It just takes a vote, an effort, and a little bit of time. But with that, we're probably going to say this is done. This is a good one. I mean, I think we covered a lot. I appreciate you. Like, make any comments you want, subscribe. Have a good evening. This is Stan for America.